to my channel. So for today's video, it's gonna be really exciting. I don't know if you did, but I was watching the entire Oscars last night. I loved Emma Stone's look, so I'm gonna be trying to recreate that today. Let's get into it. Let's get the hair away from the face, guys. And as you know with me, I'm a talker, so let's talk. First of all, I was watching the entire Oscars last night. By the way, we're using the NYX Angel Veil Primer. This one is amazing if you do struggle with a tiny bit of oily skin, but I love the Oscars. The only thing was like the ending with the wrong movie getting best pictures. I was just like... And I'm only using this one in my T-zone actually because I don't want to take away any shine from my cheeks. For foundation, we're going to be using the Mercier Glow Foundation. This is in the color DeVille. And I actually rediscovered this one like, I think 2 weeks ago, something like that, because I was just like, it's so long ago since I've been using it and it's amazing. I totally forgot how much I love it. Pour. And I'm, as usual, just using the Beauty Blender. But I want to know what you guys thought about the Oscars and the makeups and so on. I do feel like that most of the time the Oscars, they're just known for very basic, beautiful Hollywood makeup. But I think Emma Stone's was a tiny bit like, I love the crimson colored lips that she was wearing. For concealer, I'm going to be using 2 different shades, one for underneath my eyes and one for the rest of my face. And this is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I want to know what you guys thought about the entire Oscar thing. So leave some comments down below and tell me your favorite dress, and I guess also if you think it was the right picture that won. I mean, I haven't seen the movie. I think it was called Moonlight, but oh well. I haven't seen La La Land either, but I really want to see it. I always look so freaking creepy when I do this. And I want to go for a bit more of a glowy look. You know me, I love the glow. And what you guys don't know is that there are some people around me right now. I'll tell you about that later. Give it a little slap, guys. This is the Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. You know it's my baby. And we're gonna be baking underneath the eyes as usual because it is just the best way of setting your under eye concealer. And I'm gonna be doing a really thick layer of this because I want the makeup to last for the entire night. As if I was going to the Oscars. One day. And this also helps to brighten up underneath the eyes. So if you do struggle with any discoloration, redness, dark circles, whatever, this is your best friend. Oh yeah, also by the way, live update here. I spent like the entire weekend out of the GG festival. That was so much fun. I mean, just seeing all of these pro gamers and so on, and the gamer YouTubers as well from Denmark. It was so much fun meeting them and they were so cool, such cool people. So yeah, thumbs up for that. So now we're gonna be doing the brows because the brows are important. And I'm gonna be using this Taupe eyebrow pomade in the color Taupe. It is almost as good as Anastasia's Dip Brow Pomade. So I love this one. And it actually does make my brows a tiny bit darker, but I don't mind that, especially now for like the Hollywood glam look. So let's do this. And now you know the brow phase is on, guys. So if you guys just saw me at GG Festival and came up and said hi, thank you so very much. I also signed some autographs out there. Honestly, I didn't expect to sign anything because I'm like, it's not my audience that's out there. But actually, many of you guys who wanted my autograph anyway, you're just like, you did such a great show, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, thank you. Actually, if there are any girl gamers out there, I know that the majority of my viewers, you're girls like me. But if any of you guys are gaming any kind of games or whatever, please tell me what you're gaming. Me personally, right now, I'm so much into Elder Scrolls. And then I'm just gonna set down my brows with the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper. I really want to try some new gels for my brows. I'm just gonna show which ones to go for. And then I'm just gonna be using this NARS concealer, which is one of my new favorite concealers. Get ready for February favorites because this is in it. And I'm just gonna be using it underneath my brow, to make it a tiny bit more straight and defined. So now I'm just using the concealer as an eyelid primer, and in a moment you'll be able to see how amazing that works. So we're gonna be using the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm gonna be using raw sienna up there as the transition color in my crease. And actually before using that one, I'm just gonna go in with the eyeshadow from Bobbi Brown called Eyebrow. It's just a basic matte eyeshadow just up here. And the reason why I do this is just because in that way raw sienna will just blend much better in the crease and not look as harsh. Yeah. Then I'm gonna be taking Primavera right there. Doesn't that mean spring in Spanish? Huh? Primavera? Let me know in the comment section. And then I'm just gonna be picking that up and applying it to the eyelid. And right now with this golden color, I'm trying just to keep it right in there in my crease and then on my eyelids, but not any higher. So just like that. And then all the way into the inner corner as well. And while talking about the lighter color in the inner corner, I'm gonna be using the Sleek Makeup palette, and I'm gonna be using dying of the shades, but I'm gonna be using that one in there because I think it's gonna highlight the eyes really nicely. Yes, baby, I love it. And actually just also apply it a tiny bit underneath the brow. So as you can see, just from a distance, it's a really pretty look. It's not too much, it's not too little. And once we get the mascara on, because right now it looks creepy as hell, but once we get the mascara on, it's gonna look amazing. And before applying the mascara, I'm just gonna remove the excess powder underneath the eyes from the baking. So it looks like a human again. And I was just having it under the eyes for like 10-15 minutes. But I would say the longer the better, but if you've only got like 5 minutes or so, that's totally fine. It still works. And while we've got the sleek palette, let's just get some highlight on. Let's get some highlight on. And apply it to the highest point of the cheeks. And on the bridge of the nose as well. And I always use my finger for that, it's so much easier. And just in the middle of the lips. And for mascara, the one and only Lash Sensational from Maybelline is honestly the best ever. If you haven't tried it, you have to. Drugstore, cheap, affordable, what's not to love? And before applying on the bottom lashes, I'm just gonna be using the Too Faced Little Black Book of Bronzers. And I'm gonna be using that one right there. I think it's one called Milk Chocolate that's almost out. I'm just gonna be bronzing up the face. And I don't think that I want to be contouring way too much because once again, I just want this to be really pretty and not too harsh in any way. So I'm just using it around my temples. You have no idea how funny it is to have people sitting around looking at you while you're doing your makeup. I'm gonna be doing a tiny bit of nose contouring, not too much though, but I want a smaller nose today. So I'm gonna be using the IT Cosmetics My Sculpted Face, which I've totally rediscovered. And I'm gonna be using that shade right there, maybe blend it together with that one. And the great thing about this palette is that it's got a magnified mirror right there. And just blend it so it's not too harsh. And now I'm just gonna be using the mascara on the bottom lashes as well. So mascara's on, eyeshadow's on, brows are on, everything like that. So now let's move on to the lips. As I said, I saw Emma Stone wearing this really beautiful crimson red color and I thought it was so beautiful on her, and it's kind of like a tiny bit of a different red, which I personally really love. And firstly, I'm just gonna be using the MAC lip liner or lip pencil in the color Brick. It's just a classic red. And then I'm gonna make the lips a tiny bit darker out in the edges. And then in the inner part, I'm gonna keep it a tiny bit lighter. So there, there already. Now you can see we've got a tiny bit of that ombre effect going on. And what I'm gonna be using now is I'm gonna be using the Lena Lashes liquid lipstick. And this one, as you can see, is a tiny bit more of a burnt orange color, but mixing it with the red underneath is gonna be more of that crimson color, I hope. And this is in the color Adam. Not sure why it's a boy's name, but boys can wear makeup too. 2 sec, guys. I need a darker lip liner. 2 sec. Okay, so we're gonna be using the Bobbi Brown Sangria lip liner. Right now it's a teeny tiny bit too orange. We need it to be a teeny tiny bit darker. Yes. That is all for this makeup. I really hope that you like it. My kind of like Oscar inspired glam Hollywood makeup look. And if you're going to a party, a gala show, the Oscars, who knows, then this is definitely one of those really standard great makeups that you can always wear and always go to. Thank you so very much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you want to see some more of these chit chat get ready with me's where I just talk, let me know. If you like this video, remember to thumbs it up and subscribe to my channel. Remember, I love you all to the moon and back and everywhere else. Bye. It's a wrap. Still good.